Once you have created your grid on your final piece of paper, you will receive a transparency grid and your reference photo. You will take your transparency grid and place it on top of your reference photo. You will tape it down and you will leave this taped on there until you're done with your contour lines and are ready to shade. Once you have taped down your transparency grid, you will look at how that grid is labeled. You will need to label your final piece of paper the same way that that transparency grid is labeled. That top corner will actually have two labels. So the top left corner on mine has both an A and a 1 because that is the first column and the first row. So that first square on the top left will get two labels. Next, you are ready to start drawing your actual self-portrait. You'll start by drawing your contour lines. So you'll look at any major outlines and draw them. I usually have students start at their shoulders, that's on the edge of the paper, and work their way up the shoulder, the hair, the top of the head, and down the other side. I usually then will have them start doing their jawline, their collar line from their shirt, and where their forehead and hair meet. Then you can go into the eyes, the bottom of the nose, and any major lines that you see. Mine is a little bit different, whereas I am turned sideways, and so I started at the edge of my face. You'll really want to pay attention to your contour lines versus your shading. I see a lot of students who want to draw lines on the bridge of their nose that separates their nose from their eyes, and really there are no lines there. It's just shading. That will come later. You'll really just want to focus on where you actually see the outlines of areas. I am often asked from students whether they are done drawing their contour lines, and really it's up to you. I would recommend using this grid to draw as much of your outline as you can, because once we are done drawing all of our contour lines, we're going to be erasing this grid before we start shading. So once that grid is gone, it's really hard to tell where certain things are supposed to be located and the size of them as well. So I would just make sure that you draw all of the main areas that you see. So the shape and size of the eyes, maybe the bottom of the nose, the size and shape of the nostrils, the shape of the face, any area in the hair that changes color or direction. Really look for different types of shapes. Also, really just pay attention to the lines. So instead of getting overwhelmed with, oh, this is an eye, look at, is the outline of it curved? Is it straight? Same thing with the mouth. So a lot of people will want to draw the lips how you would normally draw lips, but really a lot of times they're off-centered or crooked. So mine is slanted at an angle. So I'm going to make sure to draw them how I see them on the grid, not how I think they're supposed to look.